Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. So today we are going to write our first Playwright script with Java. But before that, quickly, you need to understand a couple of things here that whenever we have to write the code. So for example, let's see, this is my Playwright code that I'm writing. You can use any language. For example, I'm using Java. You can use JavaScript. You can use Python like that. And the code that you are writing, let's see, with Java. So in between, we have this Playwright server is there. You can say this is my Playwright server, which is actually Node.js server. And here we have to launch the respective browser. The respective browser could be a Chromium based browser. Okay, it could be Edge browser, or it could be a Chrome browser like that. And then we have the Firefox that is also available. This is my Firefox. And then we have the WebKit. This is for the Apple Safari engine that we are using it. So what we have to do that we really need these three binaries here in my system. Just like we do have in Selenium WebDriver, Selenium WebDriver, we talk about Chrome driver.exe and different driver.executable files are there like Gecko driver, Chrome driver, Opera driver, Edge driver. Similarly, we have these binaries we should have. So there are three binaries that we need to download: Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit binaries. So what exactly we do that whenever we have to raise the request to the server through the WebSocket, here we don't have any HTTP request or HTTP response kind of concept that we have already discussed earlier in the last session. So this is a server request that I'm going to tell, and then the binary first, it will check that do you have the binary or not. So for example, let's see, this is my system, right? This is my operating system. It could be your Windows also. It could be, for example, Linux also, or it could be a Mac machine as well. Then first it will check that, okay, hey, do you have those binaries in your system or not? If you have that, then it will not download these binaries one more time. Okay, if though you don't have those binaries in your system, then it will start downloading. Remember this thing. It will start downloading these binaries. It will start downloading Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit binaries. It will download over here in your C drive or D drive somewhere. Same thing in Mac machine also, same thing in Linux machine also. So first it will download and then it will start the server, and then it will, whatever the number of requests that we are sending, that okay, fine, now I want to launch the URL, I want to get the title, I want to use send keys, or I want to type something, and then I want to quit the browser or take the screenshot or whatever that you want to take it. And then all the different requests that you are sending to the server, and then that will happen on the respective browser over here like this. So what we have to do, it's the first time activity that we have to download these binaries. Now there are two ways. The first way is that, let's see, this is again my system. And then you create your Maven project in your Eclipse, and then you are writing your code. If the binaries are not available in your system, okay, let's see, this is my, these are my binaries are not available in my system, then what exactly it will do, it will go and then check that, hey, take the binaries from here, and then it will take the binaries over here. That also we can do that, and then it will start executing your respective program. This is the first option. Second option is says that if you don't have the binary, then you go to the command prompt, open your command prompt, go to this particular project directory in your command line. So this is what the command line methods, command line commands are available. You can execute, and then from the command line also you can start downloading and installing these binaries over here. So from the command line also we can, what we can do, we can download the binaries from here to here, and then we can keep it over here as well. So there are both ways we can do that, and that is what I'm going to show you. Whenever you are going to start with the Playwright, make sure, for example, let's see, if you are using some Playwright version 1.141, something like this, or any version, that is a Playwright version that you are using it. So whatever the associated binaries are available, the Playwright will automatically download these binaries for you over here. Let's say tomorrow 1.15 is available, and whatever the associated binaries are there available for the Playwright 1.15, it will download the binaries for you. So to run the program, what you need to run the program, you always need a binary, because obviously because of these binaries only, Chrome browser, Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit only, then only the browser will be open over here like that. So here we don't have the concept of like Chrome driver.exe or Geeko driver.exe. It's not like that. We have the concept of what the binaries file that we have to download, and these binaries are called what the browser binary. And there are three major binaries, as I told you earlier, that we have Chromium. Under Chromium, you will be getting Edge, you will be getting Opera, you will be getting Microsoft Edge and Opera, and as well as you will be getting Chrome as well. And then we have the Firefox binary, and then we have the WebKit. WebKit is the engine again used for the Safari browser. That is what three binaries that we have to download. Perfect. So let's see how to do that both in Windows machine, and then in the next video I'll tell you in Mac machine also. Perfect then. So I'll share my Windows screen here. So now you can see that this is my Windows machine, where you can see the specific documentation playwright.java. You can select Java from here, or respective thing that you are using it, the respective language that you are using it. 1.19 is the latest version with that. And you directly go to the documentation from the docs. And then this is the installation thing that they have given. They simply say, okay, fine, you just need to create the Maven module or Maven project, and go to the pom.xml file, and then simple add this particular library, this particular dependency over here. So what we have to do, we just need to copy this particular dependency, that is 1.17.1 playwright version. Simple copy this, open your Eclipse. I have to create a Maven project. So if you don't know how to create a Maven project in Eclipse, it's very simple. You simply go to file. If you're coming from Selenium background, you must be knowing that how to create the Maven project in Java. So let's simply create a project over here. Go to Maven project and click on next. Maven is by default plugin is already there in your Eclipse, so you can directly create the Maven project. Click on next, select this Maven archetype quick start version 1.1, and then click on next. And for example, let's say if I'm writing playwright uh, some different thing, that let's I'm writing playwright sessions, saying playwright sessions. So this is your project information in the form of group ID, artifact ID. Click on finish, and then you will see that Playwright Sessions project got created over here. SRC main Java, SRC test Java, and then the pom.xml file. I'll open this pom.xml file, and here I'll do one thing. First of all, that I have to remove this JUnit dependency, because right now I'm not using any JUnit thing. So let me just simply remove that. And the dependency that we have added, I mean that we have copied, you just need to add this particular dependency. After that, what you do, you right click on your project, and simple go to just simple do the Maven update the project. So let's update it. And still you will see that okay, JDK J2SE 1.5 is available. By default, it's taking 1.5 version. What you can do, you can add these two properties. Just paste it here. If it is not there with you, you can just save it here like that. And now what you do, you simple again right click on your project, and then again go to Maven, and then update the project. And here you can see J2SE 1.8, which is perfectly fine. I am going to create my own packages. So I'm going to delete these sample packages. Just delete that from SRC main Java and SRC test Java. Perfect. Now see this carefully. I'm going to write my first script under SRC main Java. Today we are not going to write any test. Today we are going to write a simple script in Playwright, that how to write the first program, how to create the first program in Playwright. That is what we are going to do that. So I'm going to create my own package, and let's see, I'm writing, this is my Playwright sessions, something like this that I have created. And under this Playwright sessions, I'm going to create a Java class. And for example, let's see the basic Java class name that I'm going to write. This is my Playwright basics, something like this that I'm going to write. And select the main method, click on finish. And here you can see the main method got created, simple class, Java class with the main method that I have created. Now, here's the thing. First, you go to their documentation one more time. And then after this, what you have to do is that you have to talk about the browsers. So here you can see that, okay, this is the browser section. You simply go there, and it's saying that each version of the Playwright needs a specific version of browser binaries to operate. So whenever you have to work with the browser, you need these browser binaries. Depending on the language you use, Playwright will either download these browser at package installation time for you, or you can use the Playwright CLI to install these browsers. As I told you, there are two ways. The first way is that through the Maven also you can do that, and the second way is the Playwright CLI. So we will see both the ways today. And these are the three important uh, browser binaries that you can download: Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit. You can take care of Google Chrome, also Microsoft Edge, which is actually coming under Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit for the Safari browser also. We can do that. Then you simple scroll down. You can just read about all these information. And now we are going to write our first script. Okay. And then first we will see that by default how exactly it is downloading all the binaries. Remember one thing, whenever you are downloading the binaries, you just slightly scroll down where exactly these binaries will be stored in your system. So see this: installing browser, managing browser binaries. The binaries, Playwright downloads Chromium WebKit in the Firefox browser into the OS specific cache folder. In your Windows, this is a cache folder, app data, a local. So in your C drive, you have to go there in your user profile, app data local, and MS Playwright, Microsoft Playwright folder will be created automatically. In Mac machine, you can go to this particular location, and then in Linux, you can go to this location. We will see Mac later. Today, we will see on Windows machine. So what I'll do, see, I'll show you the physically this app data local. So you just need to go to the C drive, and from the C drive, you go to users. Under users, you go to whatever the username of your laptop that you are using it, and then you have to search for app data. So here you can see app data, and then you can see the local, and under this particular local folder, one MS Playwright. See, right now I don't have any MS Playwright folder. See, if you press MS also, I don't have MS Playwright folder here. So when you download, automatically MS Playwright folder will be created, and under that folder all the binaries will be generated. Now what you have to do is you have to write the first script, and then to write the first script, what we need to do, as we understood that we need to have one Playwright server. Then only we can interact with the server, right? Because this is the client script. This is your actual script that you're writing it. Which server? The Playwright server that we have to start. So how will you do that? So in that case, you have to write WRIGST Playwright dot. There is a method that is called the create method here. And this create method will actually return the Playwright. So we am going to store inside the Playwright reference over here. For example, that Playwright is equal to this. And this Playwright that you have to import. So let's import this particular Playwright from here. Here you can see that Playwright is actually an interface, not a class. And this is the Playwright.create, which will return the implementation of the Playwright. That's why we have to store inside the Playwright interface reference variable actually. And this create method will actually start the Playwright server here. And then after that, what we have to do from this particular Playwright, then you have to decide that which browser that you want to launch. For example, let's see, first time I'm going to launch the Chromium. That's it. And then I simply say chromium.launch, playwright.chromium.launch, and this launch method will return what? It will return a browser. So I'm going to store inside the browser over here like this. For example, this is my browser. A browser reference is equal to this, and then the browser also you have to import. You can see the browser is got imported here. And then after browser, what do you need actually? After the browser, I need browser dot what? I need a new page here. So remember this method, new page. So always remember this hierarchy. First, we have to start the launch the browser context we need, and then after that we need a page context here. So this is what the page now it's visible with the on the specific browser. But every page will be having some URL, right? So with the help of new page, it will return a page here. So I'm going to store inside the a page reference. Let's see, the page reference is equal to this. And then again, you need to import the page reference from the Playwright. You can see that. And then from this particular page, you have to navigate method. So here the navigate method is available where you can pass the string url.com, or any application that you want to launch, you can launch it. And then after that, I'll do one thing that from this page, there are various methods that you can use. See the title method, you can use it. And this page.title method will return what? If you mouse over, it's giving you the string. It means it's giving you the title of the page. I'm going to store inside the variable title over here. And then I'm going to print it on the console that system.out.println. I quickly write, this is my page title is. If you want to verify, you can verify also. Right now I'm not verifying, I'm just something printing it on the console. After that, what exactly you want? After that, for example, let's say if you want to take the URL also, you can just take the URL. This URL also you can store inside the URL is equal to this, and you can write again system.out.println. And then after that, I want to close the browser. So to close the browser, what you have to do, same thing, the browser that you have created the browser reference dot close that you have to write. Okay, and then after that, if you really want to close the server also, you want to stop the server, you can write playwright dot close as well. Okay, so if you really want to close the server, see, I'm going to write playwright dot do what? Playwright dot close over here, like that. So by default, what happens whenever Playwright is interacting with the Chromium, Firefox, or anything, we will see other browsers also. By default, it will launch in the headless mode. So we will see first headless mode, and then we will see the non-headless mode also. Now I'll do one thing. This is my console. I'm going to open that, and here it will give you all the different logs. But first time when you run this program, what will happen? It will try to check in this particular directory, in the local directory, under this directory, that do you have the binaries available or not. It will not interact with your actual Chrome browser or actual Firefox browser. No, it will always take the binaries, right? So that's why the binaries are available or not. So in that case, binaries are not available. So let's see what happens. So when you run this program, run as simple Java application, you can see, open the console. It takes some time. It will take around 2 to 3 minutes of time to start downloading the binaries. And you can go to this particular folder. And here you can see that one MS Playwright folder automatically got created here. Under this particular folder, it will start downloading the binaries. Here you can see it will start downloading the binaries. Okay, see, it's downloading all the binaries, dot links, and some other directories are getting created over here. And then on the console, after some time, it will show you the logs also that which binary is getting downloaded. So always remember, whenever the Playwright is getting started, first time it will always check that do you have the latest binaries available with you or not. If you don't have that, it will start downloading it, and then it will start writing, it will start running a program. This is just like a WebDriver manager. The WebDriver manager in Selenium is taking care of all the .exe files. Same thing, the Playwright is automatically internally, it's a native feature of Playwright that it will take care of all the internal browser specific binaries in your system. So for this is only one time activity. It's not like that every time you have to download the binaries. Once the binaries are available in my system, I don't need to download the respective binaries again and again. Now you can see that, see, the Chromium got started, it's downloaded. And here you can see the same folder. You can see users, this is my username, app data, local, MS Playwright, and then the folder you can see Chromium 993 or something like this got created here. Here you can see that the Chromium and then FFmpeg, something like this got created over here, like this. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds. This is the first initial thing that everyone has to do that. Same thing in Mac machine also, you have to do that. In Mac machine, the directory will be different. It will be your cache directory. Same thing in the Linux also, your directory will be the whatever the cache directory is there. You have to check it over there. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds, and then I'll show you how to execute the complete script. Now you can see the Firefox is also downloaded. So once the WebKit binary is done, it will say, okay, fine, the WebKit is also downloaded. Here you can see, I can see the WebKit is available here. Perfect. The WebKit version 157 is downloaded. And then it should launch Amazon.com. But right now, you won't be able to see Amazon.com. Why? Because we are running by default in the headless mode. And here you can see, this is so nice. Amazon.com title, and this is the URL that we are using. Perfect. Now, next time if I'm running it again, now it will not bother about downloading the binaries again, because it will just check that, okay, hey, do you have the binaries? Yes, I do have that, and it will simply run your program like that. So this time it's not going to show you any log for the downloading things. So here you can see the page title is coming like that, and this is my URL also coming over here like this. Perfect, and the program is over. So this is the first thing. Couple of things that you can do it over here, that playwright.chromium. Instead of Chromium, you want to use something else, that also you can do that. So Chromium dot Firefox also you can do that. So in that case, the Firefox browser will be launched in the headless mode. Same thing you can use with the WebKit also. So you can see that dot WebKit also you can use that. But now what if I want to execute in the headless mode, right? So in that case, what should I do? So what you just need to do, let's see, for example, again, I'll go to the Chromium once again. This is my Chromium. Under this particular dot launch, what you have to write? You have to write new browser type. Okay, new browser type dot. There is one method, launch options method, and then you have to write, for example, let's see, new browser type. First of all, that you have to import from here, and then here you will see the launch options dot. See, set headless. First of all, that we will set that. We will set the headless mode is equal to false, because right now it's running in the headless mode. So I'll just make it set headless is equal to false here. And then let's see what happens. So you simple right click on it again, run as Java application. And this time it should launch the Chromium based browser. So see, you can see that this is my Chromium. See, this is not Chrome, this is Chromium actually, right? So here you can see Amazon.com is getting opened inside Chromium and then the browser is closed. Same thing you can cross check with the Firefox also. So let's check with the Firefox as well. And then I'm going to run it again with Firefox as well. So with the Firefox engine, it will give you one nightly build based Firefox. It takes time. And then you can see that this is my Firefox nightly build is there. Amazon.com is getting opened. And then once the page is completely loaded, then get the title and the URL is coming over here like this. Now I quickly show you the WebKit also. This is a very, very nice feature that you can execute WebKit, especially for the, I mean, WebKit is an engine that is used by the Apple Safari. But the problem with the Apple Safari that we have seen in the Selenium WebDriver and other tools, that it is always working in the MacBook. We could never check the WebKit, or we could never check the Safari inside the inside the Windows machine. But here you can do that exactly same thing. WebKit with the headless and the non-headless mode also you can do that. This is an amazing feature that you can check that now you don't need any Mac machine to test the Safari browser. So simple write WebKit set headless equal to false, and let's see the WebKit engine is getting opened or not. So nice. See, this is the WebKit you can see, and the Playwright got open. You can see in the brackets Playwright is written, and once this is done, this is absolutely working fine over here. Perfect. So this is a very simple, very straightforward script that we have written. Looks like the syntax wise and looks like that. The concept is same. First, you start the server just like we do it in WebDriver Manager or system.set property in Selenium. Then we are adding driver equal to new Chrome driver. Here we are getting the browser context, and then we are getting the page context over here. Then we are navigating, getting the title, URL, close, everything. Now, the second thing is that what if I don't want to uh, install the binaries or download the binaries? Sorry, not installation is the wrong word. Download the binaries from the code. I don't want to do that. It means I want to first, from the command line, I want to download all the binaries. So in that case, how should I do that? So I'll do one thing. I'm going to delete these binaries. So I'll do one thing. This is my local folder, and this entire MS Playwright, I'm going to delete that. Okay, so it's deleted now. Again, the binary is gone. And then let's see my script. I'm going to write, or let's say the script is already written. And then through the script, I don't want to download the binaries. I want to download the binaries from the command line. So what you do is simple open your command prompt. So let's open that. And then you have to go to the exactly same directory of your project, because to download the binaries, we need this particular Maven project. So right click on it and go to properties, and then copy this particular path here. So either of them you can use that. If you are not comfortable with the command line, that also you can ignore it, but I would advise you, please use this option as well. So go to this particular directory, and here you can see the dir, you have .xml file, src, and everything is available over here. Make sure the Maven is already configured on your system. So I'm going to try check that. Okay, yeah, the Maven space hyphen version, Maven is already available in your environment variable. The Maven should be set up. Okay, so make sure your Java underscore home and the Maven m2 underscore home and the Maven underscore home should be set up in your environment variable in your system. And then I'm going to clear the screen. Now see this carefully. Go back to their documentation. So let's go there. And what exactly they say that you simple go to this command line tools here, and then they say install browser. If you really want to install the browser, this is what they have given. Running without argument will install default browsers. Okay, so if you write install, it will start downloading all the default browsers. The specific uh, um, browser binary also you can do that. I'd simply say okay, fine, install WebKit. That also you can do that. See all the different supported browsers. If you really want to check install hyphen hyphen help, that also you can see that. So let's use this particular command first and let's see this is actually working or not. So I'll write that okay, but press Control V and then press enter. Playwright.cli engine that I'm going to start, and here you can see that Playwright build of Chromium is getting downloaded over here. Can you see that? And this where exactly it will be downloaded in your system? In your system, it will be downloaded at the same location. So it means it should create one more. See, one more time it should create the MS Playwright over here. Earlier we deleted, and now actually created one more MS Playwright. And here you can just open that, and then here you will see that once the Chromium is done, Chromium, WebKit, and the Firefox one by one will be downloaded here. Now you can see it is downloading for the WebKit, and Firefox is done. So here you can see that Firefox is done. And then the final thing is the WebKit. So always remember, it will always take care of three binaries. Again, I'll repeat: Chromium, Firefox, and the WebKit. Perfect. Now you can see that it's showing that downloading is done for the WebKit also, and the WebKit. So WebKit, Firefox, and Chromium. Perfect. Now we don't need to worry about any other thing. It means the binaries are available in my system. Then later on, I'll show you the generate code and all such features also, the Playwright code generation feature also, I'll tell you in upcoming chapters. Right now, again, back to the code. And here we just need to execute this code one more time. So shall we run it? So let's see. So run as Java application. I'm going to run it. I'm going to start with the WebKit and then see it is not going to download the binaries one more time because binaries are already available in my system, and it will just launch WebKit Amazon.com and it will get the title URL, and it's absolutely working fine. Right now, you must be thinking that okay, I'm using Chromium, but I'm not using Chrome or Edge browser. How to use that as well? So in that case, what should I do? In that case, see this carefully. I'll do one thing. I'm going to remove this particular line from here to here. I simply say, okay, fine, playwright dot browse the specific thing that you're writing, right? So let's say I'm writing the Chromium dot launch method that I'm going to write. And see this, there is launch method is actually overloaded method. It's asking for the launch options that you have to give. So I'll be passing some launch option, just like we have Chrome options, right? And the Firefox options in the WebDriver library, similar kind of thing they have created. This is called the launch options to create the object of this particular class. And then with the help of LP dot, there are a couple of things that you can add it. First of all, that you can add that, okay, fine, this is your set a channel. And what is your channel name? The channel that you can pass that which browser that you want to execute. I'll say I want to execute with Chromium. I want to use Chrome browser. And then lp dot set headless mode also that I want to use it. So for example, let's see set headless, and the headless is equal to what? A false. I'm going to write. And the same LP that I'm going to pass it over here like this. So let's see, it is really working or not. So this time it will not going to open Chromium. It's going to open Chrome browser, actual Chrome browser with the help of Chromium binary, because Chrome is actually coming under Chromium binary only. So let's run it and let's see. So Chrome is also Chromium based browser. So here you can see actual Chrome browser is getting opened here. You can see it this time. There is no blue color Chromium. Perfect, and it's absolutely working fine here. Same thing if you really want to use Edge browser. See, it's so simple. Simple, right? Microsoft Edge or MS Edge over here, because Edge is from the Microsoft Edge, and then you run as Java application. So let's see the Microsoft Edge is coming or not. See the Microsoft Edge. You can see the Microsoft Edge is available, and it's absolutely working fine here. Amazon.com, and perfect. Again, it's working fine. Same thing if you really want to check with the Firefox, you can check with the Firefox as well. So I'll write a Firefox, and instead of Chromium, you have to say This time I'm going to use the Firefox here. Okay, although you don't need to write the set channel in that case, but still if you're writing it, there is no harm. But if you are running it, let's see what happens. So here you can see that Firefox is getting open with Amazon.com. Okay, and page title and the URL is coming absolutely working fine. And if you see the browser section one more time, here you can see Chromium Firefox WebKit that you can use that. And see Google Chrome and the Microsoft Edge. They support Microsoft Edge. They support Chrome Beta version also, and Microsoft Edge Beta and Microsoft Edge the dev build also they support. So what do you mean by this? Chrome Beta means the future release. Let's say for example right now Chrome 99 is going on, and for Chrome 100 the beta version is already there. It means if the version is already there but that is not officially released in the market, that will be released in the form of version 100. If you really want to check your test cases on the beta version, that also you can check that. So what is the advantage of this? It means once the 100 version will be available in the market, you don't need to wait for that. And you have already certified your script, your test cases on the Chrome beta. It means how exactly your application is working on the latest Chrome 100th version. So that if any bugs are there, you have already found out the bug through the Chrome beta from the Playwright already, because you have already executed the test case on the Chrome beta in advance. Same thing for Microsoft Edge beta, Microsoft Edge dev also you can pass that. For this particular session, I think that's more than enough for the installation part. First script, installation of the binaries also from the command line, as well as directly from your Maven packaging also you can do that. Perfect. So that's all for this particular video. I hope you liked it. Please subscribe to the channel, share this particular series with other people also who are willing to learn Playwright. I would advise you to learn this particular Playwright tool, which will help you a lot for the UI automation point of view. We are going to check various features of Playwright in future, and we will try to create one end-to-end framework also with. I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you all, guys.